Why do children seem so carefree, while adults are weighed down by stress and worry? How do they forgive so easily, find joy in the simplest things, and adapt to life's twists and turns without hesitation? In this video, we'll explore 10 lessons children can teach adults, rooted in the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. These insights will challenge the way you think, act, and approach life's challenges. Ready to see the world through their eyes? Let's begin. Lesson 1. Sincerity in expressing emotions. Children don't hide their feelings. They cry when they're hurt and laugh when they're happy. They don't worry about what others think. This is honesty. This is natural. Adults fear being genuine. They suppress anger to avoid seeming aggressive. They hide joy to avoid appearing naive. This is fear. This is weakness. The Stoics taught, don't hide your emotions, recognize them, but don't let them control you. An example, a child loses a game and starts crying. You say, stop it, it's nothing. This is a mistake. Such words teach the child to suppress their pain. Instead, say, you're upset, and that's okay. But what can you do to play better next time? This teaches them to acknowledge emotions, not bury them. Joy is just as important. Children take pride in small achievements. They run to show you their drawing. They're unafraid of praise or criticism. But what about you? Do you openly celebrate your successes, or do you hide your joy behind indifference? Advice: don't ask your child to hide their feelings. Learn from them. Rejoice with them. Support them when they're sad. Sincerity is not weakness. It is honesty with oneself. The Stoics said, know yourself. Honesty is the first step. Don't suppress your feelings. Accept them. Only then will you find peace. Lesson 2. Embracing the present moment. Children live entirely in the now. Whether they're playing, exploring, or laughing, they give themselves fully to the moment. They aren't burdened by regrets about the past or fears of the future. This is focus. This is freedom. Adults, however, are rarely present. Their minds are tangled in past mistakes or consumed by endless what-ifs. They scroll through their phones, distracted, even while sitting with loved ones. This is avoidance. This is waste. The Stoics taught, focus on what is in your control and let go of the rest. The present moment is all you truly possess. An example, a child plays in the rain, jumping into puddles with pure joy. The parent says, stop, you'll get dirty. The moment is ruined. Instead, embrace the joy of now. Smile, laugh, join in. Life is made of these fleeting, imperfect moments. Another example. A child shows you a drawing, eager for your attention, but you're busy with work or distracted by your phone. You nod absent-mindedly. The child notices. You've lost an opportunity to connect. Instead, put everything down. Look at the drawing. Share the moment. Advice: be like a child. Focus on the here and now. If you're with your family, be present. If you're working, work with full attention. Don't let your mind wander into what's beyond your control. The Stoics remind us, life is lived in moments, not in the past or future. Embrace what is before you. This is where peace is found. Lesson 3. Finding wonder in simple things. Children see magic in the mundane. A falling leaf, a shadow on the wall, a bird in flight. These are sources of endless fascination. They remind us to find beauty in the small and ordinary. This is awareness. This is gratitude. Adults, however, are blind to these wonders. They rush through life, distracted by routines and ambitions. They take the world's beauty for granted. This is detachment. This is loss. The Stoics taught, cherish what you have, for nothing is guaranteed. To see beauty in the ordinary is to understand life's true value. An example: a child picks a dandelion and calls it a treasure. The parent dismisses it as a weed, but to the child, it's a miracle of nature. They see what you overlook. Instead of correcting them, pause and see through their eyes. Another example: a child watches the rain, mesmerized by each drop. You sigh and complain about the weather. The child finds joy where you find annoyance. Learn to appreciate the rain as they do: its sound, its smell, its rhythm. Advice: slow down, look around. Let children remind you of life's simple pleasures. Stop to notice the sunlight on a wall, the rustle of leaves, or the stars above. Wonder isn't lost. You've just stopped looking for it. The Stoics said, "Happiness comes from appreciating what is here, not from longing for what is not." Open your eyes. Gratitude for the small things leads to a fuller life. Lesson 4. Freedom from attachment to material things. Children aren't bound by possessions. A favorite toy today might be forgotten tomorrow. They find joy in moments, not in things. This is simplicity. This is freedom. Adults cling to material objects. They measure worth by what they own, fearing loss or comparison. This is attachment. This is suffering. The Stoics taught, possessions are external. They do not define you. Value lies in virtue, not in wealth or belongings. An example: a child plays happily with a stick, imagining it as a sword or a wand. The parent thinks, "Why isn't this enough for me?" The child's joy doesn't come from the object itself, but from their ability to engage with it. This is a lesson in contentment. Another example: a child breaks a toy. They cry but quickly move on, finding something else to enjoy. The parent, on the other hand, might dwell on the loss or the cost. The child teaches resilience. What's broken is gone, and life continues. Advice: let go of your attachments. Use what you have without letting it define you. If it breaks, accept it. If it's taken, move forward. Teach your children the same by example. Show them that relationships, experiences, and character matter more than possessions. The Stoics remind us, you don't own anything. You are merely its guardian. Value what you have, but do not cling to it. True wealth is found in living simply and wisely. Lesson 5. Courage to try, without fear of failure. Children approach the unknown without hesitation. They take their first steps, stumble, and rise again. They draw, build, and explore without fear of judgment. This is bravery. This is growth. Adults fear failure. They avoid risks, worry about appearances, and dread making mistakes. This is stagnation. This is regret. The Stoics taught, failure is not the enemy. It's a teacher. The only true failure is not trying. An example: a child climbs a tree, falls, and tries again. They don't fear falling, they learn from it. A parent might say, "Be careful, don't climb so high," stifling their courage. Instead, encourage their effort. You're brave for trying. How can you do it better next time? Another example: a child draws a picture and proudly shows it. They don't worry about criticism. They value the process. Adults hesitate to create, fearing their work won't be good enough. Learn from the child. Act without fear of imperfection. Advice: embrace failure as part of growth. Try, fall, and try again. Teach your child the same. Praise their effort, not just their success. Show them that courage matters more than the outcome. The Stoics remind us, you control your actions, not the results. Do your best and let go of what happens next. Fear of failure limits you. Courage to try frees you. Lesson 6. Constant curiosity and the desire to learn children are relentless in their pursuit of understanding. Why is the sky blue? How does a tree grow? Their questions are endless, their wonder boundless. They are unafraid to admit they don't know something. This is humility. This is wisdom in its purest form. Adults often lose this curiosity. They fear asking questions, afraid of looking ignorant. They hide their lack of knowledge behind silence or false confidence. This is pride. This is stagnation. The Stoics taught, true wisdom begins with acknowledging what you do not know. Socrates said, the only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Admitting ignorance is not a weakness. It's the doorway to growth. An example. A child sees an insect and asks, "What is it doing?" The parent dismisses it. "It's just a bug." A missed opportunity. Instead, say, "I don't know. Let's find out together." This moment fosters curiosity, both in the child and in yourself. Another example. A child experiments, stacking blocks, mixing colors, or building with no clear purpose. They learn through trial and error. Adults often stifle this process, rushing to correct or instruct. Learn from the child's approach. Engage, explore, and let mistakes guide your understanding. Advice: reignite your curiosity. Ask questions. Seek answers. Admit when you don't know something and pursue knowledge without fear of judgment. Let your child's wonder remind you that the world is full of mysteries waiting to be explored. The Stoics remind us, the wise remain students of life. Curiosity keeps the mind alive and the spirit engaged. To stop learning is to stop growing. Be humble. Be curious. This is the path to true wisdom. Lesson 7. The ability to forgive and let go of grudges. Children argue, cry, and within minutes, they're playing together again. They don't dwell on past conflicts or harbor resentment. Their focus is on the present, not the pain of the past. This is freedom. This is clarity. Adults, however, often cling to grudges. They replay old arguments, nurture resentment, and let anger take root. This is self-inflicted suffering. This is bondage. The Stoics taught, holding a grudge allows others to control your mind. Epictetus said, if someone has done you wrong, do not dwell on it. They control themselves, you control how you respond. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's reclaiming your peace. An example. 2 children fight over a toy. Minutes later, they share it, laughing as if nothing happened. A parent observes this but fails to apply it in their own life. They hold on to a slight from a friend, replaying it in their mind. Learn from the children. Release the anger and move forward. Another example. A child apologizes after a mistake, and their friend immediately accepts. No grudge is held. Adults, on the other hand, often weigh apologies, questioning sincerity or waiting for the right moment to forgive. This hesitation only deepens the divide. Forgiveness, when given freely, restores harmony. Advice: practice forgiveness as children do, simply and without hesitation. Let go of resentment, not for others, but for yourself. Teach this to your children by example. Show them that strength lies in choosing peace over conflict. The Stoics remind us, grudges are chains we place on our own minds. To forgive is to free yourself. Life is lived in the present, not in the wounds of the past. Let go, and you will find peace. Lesson 8. Flexibility in the face of circumstances. Children adapt effortlessly. Their plans change. They don't dwell on disappointment. They simply shift focus and find something new to engage with. This is resilience. This is wisdom in action. Adults, however, resist change. They cling to expectations, lament when plans fall apart, and waste energy fighting what cannot be undone. This is rigidity. This is suffering. The Stoics taught, accept what you cannot change. Marcus Aurelius wrote, adapt yourself to the circumstances you have been given, and love the people with whom fate has brought you together. Flexibility is the key to inner peace. An example: a child builds a tower of blocks, only for it to collapse. They may sigh, but moments later they're rebuilding it, often with more creativity than before. Adults often react differently, seeing failure as final. Learn from the child, adapt, rebuild, and continue. Another example: a rainy day ruins plans for outdoor play. A child quickly shifts to painting or reading without complaint. An adult in the same situation might sulk, fixating on what was lost. Flexibility turns obstacles into opportunities, while rigidity deepens frustration. Advice: embrace change as children do. When plans fall apart, find a new path forward. Teach your children this mindset by showing it in your actions. React to challenges with calm and creativity, not resistance. The Stoics remind us, life is not what happens to you, but how you respond to it. Flexibility is freedom. Resistance is a self-imposed cage. Accept, adapt, and thrive. Lesson 9. Directness and absence of pretense. Children speak what's on their minds. Their words are honest, their actions sincere. They don't pretend to be someone they're not or act to please others. This is authenticity. This is courage. Adults, on the other hand, often mask their true thoughts. They hide behind politeness, say what they think others want to hear, and play roles to fit societal expectations. This is fear. This is self-betrayal. The Stoics taught, be as you are, not as others wish you to be. Simplicity and honesty in words and actions are the foundation of true freedom. An example: a child sees something they dislike and says, I don't like this. Their directness might seem blunt, but it's free of deceit. Adults, by contrast, might suppress their thoughts out of fear of judgment or conflict. Learn from the child. Express your truth with clarity, but temper it with kindness. Another example: a child makes a mistake and openly admits it. I spilled the juice. They don't hide or deflect blame. Adults, fearing criticism, often find excuses or shift responsibility. Honesty, even when uncomfortable, strengthens character and relationships. Advice: speak honestly and live authentically. Teach your children by example to value truth over appearances. Show them that integrity matters more than the approval of others. The Stoics remind us, simplicity in thought and action liberates the mind. Pretending to be someone you're not enslaves it. Be true to yourself, and you will find peace. Lesson 10. Finding joy in the process, not the outcome. Children immerse themselves in the act of doing. They build towers without worrying about how long they'll stand. They draw with excitement, not concerned with the final product. This is presence. This is fulfillment. Adults, however, often obsess over results. They rush through tasks focused solely on outcomes, missing the joy of the process. This is distraction. This is emptiness. The Stoics taught, focus on the action itself, not on the reward it might bring. Marcus Aurelius wrote, be content to act in accordance with nature, and let the rest happen as it will. True satisfaction lies in the effort, not the result. An example: a child plays with blocks, stacking them higher and higher, laughing as they fall. The joy isn't in the completed tower, but in the building. Adults often miss this lesson, tying happiness to success rather than effort. Another example. A child paints without fear of imperfection, mixing colors and enjoying each brush stroke. An adult might hesitate, worrying their work won't be good enough. Children remind us the act of creating is its own reward. Advice: shift your focus to the process. Whether it's working, learning, or creating, embrace the act itself. Teach your children the same by celebrating their effort, not just their achievements. Say, "I love how hard you worked," not just "good job on winning." The Stoics remind us the only thing in your control is your effort. Results depend on fortune, but the process is yours. Find joy in the doing, and peace will follow. Children are natural Stoics. They live in the moment, embrace change, and find joy in simplicity. They speak honestly, forgive quickly, and approach life with curiosity and courage. Their example reminds us of what we often lose as adults: the ability to focus on what truly matters and let go of what does not. The Stoics taught that wisdom comes from living in harmony with nature and accepting life as it is. Children do this effortlessly. They teach us to adapt, to find beauty in the ordinary, and to prioritize the process over the result. As adults, we often complicate life with pride, fear, and attachment. By learning from children, we can return to a simpler, more authentic way of being, one rooted in clarity, purpose, and peace. The lessons are there, in their actions and their words. We just have to be humble enough to listen.